Hi, today I am diving into Inzoi, the brand new life simulation game from Krafton, the creators of PUBG. Inzoi officially launched on March 28 and is available on PC, and you can get it on Steam. And in this video I'll be sharing my first gameplay experience and walking you through what it's like to play this game for the very first time. We'll start with character creation, then jump into gameplay elements like career, school, driving, and building relationships. I'll show you some of the cool features that make Inzoi stand out, and also be honest about a few things that didn't quite hit the mark. So if you're curious about how to get started in Inzoi, or just want to see what it looks like and feels like, you're in the right place. Let's get into it and see what this new game has to offer. Okay, let's start off with character building. I'm not the best one with the character building, but I'm going to just show you around. There's some presets, characters that you can play with. I'm just going to choose one of them and then start kind of like customizing it. The hairstyles were like very gender neutral, which I kind of liked it. And then also it was very custom building. One of the things that I really adored was you can change the color and then you can change the highlights, which we did miss for a couple years now. I think that was a really cool feature. And then you can change the skin tone, and there's like also like customized skin tones as well. So if you want to create something that is not a human, I think it's very doable in this game. And then I went into like a little bit, there's a lot of details that you can actually put in. I like that it's like you can put little things in your face, little makeup and those kind of stuff. So it was fun to have that as an option. Even though there were like a little weird ones, I still enjoyed it. I thought that was a really fun nudge in there. I did actually ended up like having a little neck tattoo. And then I also liked the eyes, because the eyes were very like you can even change it into a creature instead of a human. I think that's where it gives like a little bit more customization in the game. I thought the makeup was nice. It was like a little bit more realistic makeup. I like that. I think Sims in a couple years now is not the best. I'm seeing a lot of makeup that is not very realistic, having harder time to actually apply makeup. But I thought this was like very subtle, very nice. I enjoyed it. With the body shapes, you can actually change it, and then after changing it, I actually did find like a preset one, and then after changing it, I customized it a little bit. And then if you look at the clothing, I like the fact there's like you can actually adjust the colors, and what I did was just like, oh, can I just turn this textured thing into a non-textured thing, and it did help. So it's nice to have that option. I like there's presets clothing. If you want to just go, you can just go. I didn't find there's like a lot of option with the presets one, but you can actually customize the clothing, so I think that's the reason why. So I thought that was quite a nice thing to have. So I'm just going to go with something that is like casual, a little bit more towards me. And then you can add any kind of jacket if you want to add some jacket or anything like that. So it is like the clothing is very customizable. And then there was like a lot of options. There is like an everyday casual wearing. There is a formal one. There is a school outfit, which is like, I'm curious where we're going to use that one. And there is a sleepwear. Most of them are like PJs. I kind of like the PJs, so I went with that because it was cute to have like little kittens on there. There's a formal clothes, there is fitness clothes, there is some swimwear, which is so ironic because you cannot actually swim at the moment, but I think they're going to add that feature. And there is summer clothing and there's winter clothing. So basically it's kind of the similar things that we see in Sims most of the time. And then, yeah, I love the fact that you can like exercise it. I thought the exercise also like nice too, but definitely it needs a little bit more. The nails, I enjoyed them a lot because there was a lot of like choices, and also like you can change the nails. You can add them with each wear, so you can actually change your exercises with each clothes and then also with your nails as well. So I thought that was pretty fun. So I did play it around a little bit. And then this is the part that is like customizable, so you can actually go and make yourself a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, or whatever you want to do. You can change the color. So I thought that was very adjustable. You can make yourself a necklace, you can do pants. I think they're gonna add more things to it. And then in here, I'm just selecting what kind of life do I want to have. So it really matters on your trade. For my trade, I chose a collaborator trade. So I wanted to do something that is competitive with that, and I'm going to choose life of contribution. And then there's a couple cities. So Devon is the city, like it's the big city kind of life. I haven't played it yet. It looks pretty good. I'm not a city person. I wanted to play this one because it's like a beach town in like Indonesia, but it looks like it's not there yet, so I'm excitedly waiting. So that's why I kind of wanted to go with Bliss Bay. And in here we're kind of like seeing the city, how it's like you can see the empty spaces in here. I thought at first it was like a little bit hard to understand, but then yeah, you can see like which ones are the empty spaces. There's like 3 in there, so I just picked one of them. Okay, and once you start the game, you have this little guidance that you can actually ask if you have any questions, anything. You can look into this one, and then also there's like little guidance how to play the game. It shows you like just the controls and everything. And also another part that is nice to have, there's like a little cheat that you can use. You can get some money for this game. I just wanted to use that one. So this is where it starts. I got into my house, and then I thought the house was quite nice. There was a lot of things at the house. The things that is like this weird, because I'm like clicking on things but they're not working. So I think they're like still working on those kind of things, I'm hoping, because I don't want to have a chess table that doesn't function. I think that was weird. And like it's just like standing there out of nowhere. But other than that, I think like the interiors kind of looks cute. The only thing is just like I wish the starter home didn't have like 3 rooms, because it was a fairly cheap house. I think it could have been like just 1 room, because I don't like so many things in my house when I'm playing a game. And there's also like some options that you can click on, but they're not really like, it doesn't make sense. Why would you want to take a photo of the calendar? So I thought that was a little weird. And then here I want to try buying a car. So I'm just going to go with something that is cheap. I wish we could actually see the colors. I just like randomly picked one, and then I hated the color. But I'll just go with this one. And so I get in, and I wanted to actually drive the car because I wanted to test it out, like how does it feel. And what ended up being happening is just like if you go to edit city and you say drive here, I thought I can just like drive there manually, but apparently it just takes you there and it doesn't let you manually drive. So it took me a little while to find it, but in the end I actually find out how does it work. There's an option. You can change it and you can say activate the manual usage, and this is how I start using it. It was hideous. I look dreadful. But I'll still take it. It's my first time ever using it, and I was like also honestly trying to see if I'm going to get any tickets or anything, because I'm driving badly. I live very at the end of the map, so I just kept on crashing that like end of the map. And there is just like one random crash, which was like, I thought this was not the end of the map, and then I got stuck. But yeah, it was a little challenging. Another thing that I did not enjoy is just like if you follow the rules, since the gameplay is so slow, you're just like constantly stuck behind a car. And so this is the place that I just got like, I don't want to do this anymore, and I just like power through it. So yeah, I think those were the parts that is like I did not enjoy it that much. So if I'm going to be driving manually, I want to drive like GTA driving, or maybe not use it, just like drive anywhere what you want to do. And in here I actually crashed someone, and I was like thinking, oh, are they going to come out? But they didn't. So in here, I'm gonna be enrolling into the school. At first, I was thinking about going into a career, but when I looked at the phone and I saw the option for school, I was like, oh, that's so cool. I wanna see if there's university, because we're so used to Sims not having the university package and the base game. So I wasn't sure if we can enroll in school or not, and find out that we actually can. So I'm so excited to go to school, and I'm so excited to go to university. So I have three options. I can do business administration, I can do computer science, and I can do multimedia arts major. I think for her trade, she is very interested in, like, she's a collaborator, so I think she'll be good at business. So I'm enrolled right now, and I get a little message that I got enrolled into the Belize Bay University. And then over here, it shows my attendance, and also I can see my academic level. So I think I'm going to get it like up high as possible. And also in here, it shows me the location where I'm going to be studying at. It does give me a little bit more details about my schedule, which is nice to see. The only thing about this is just like, I don't know how long the school takes. I wish they were like a little bit more given information about when is, like, how long does the school take. And then I just wanted to show you guys what are the careers that they have. So there is like there's like couple part-time jobs, like a surf shop employee, or like you can work in a fast food restaurant. And then after that, there's some full-time jobs, which I thought there was a lot of options. Like you can work in the amusement park, and then you can actually go and work in a furniture store. And then there is a financial job that you can do, which I thought that was kind of cute. And then you can actually be a lawyer, which was also interesting. And then I have some like, you can be a journalist. You can also be an educator. I thought these jobs were like really fun, so I'll see what I want to become once I graduate. I might actually stay in school. And then I'm just going to school for the first time, so I'm just arriving over here. As you can see, over time I got a little bit better with my driving. I'm not perfect still, but you know, I'll take it. I'm getting there. And so I think one of the difficulties that I had in this part is definitely finding the door for the school. So I'm trying to find like, oh, where is the entrance? And when the time is right, she actually gets a little bag, which I thought that was so cute. It's just like, look at her little purple bag. She's going to her school. I thought this was like a little detail that makes her gameplay a little bit better, a little bit more fun. I am at the building right now. Like, the building is right over there. But I had problems to, like, I tried to click on the building, it didn't do anything. So I'm like trying to find a way, and I made her to go to school. So she's, at this moment, she's like automatically just going to school. Another thing to point out in here is just sometimes they are still like very finicky. So she's actually going to nowhere at this point, and I don't know why, and then it just like vanished. So I am trying to find the door because she didn't go automatically, and I think this was one of the hardest part of the game. So I'm like trying to see if there's like other students, what's going on in here, if there's like any other way, and I'm like trying to look in the guide. I'm trying to see the phone if there's an option that I can actually go to school. So I think that was the part that is like, I think that needs a little fixing. And in the end, I saw a student actually getting into the building. So that's the time that I was like, okay, let me see. And here it is. Yay. We finally found it. Maybe making this option into the building instead of this like very closed door would be a little bit better. And I was like very excited if I'm going to be able to go into the school with her. But unfortunately, it was not the case. So in here, she just goes to the school, and I'm just like waiting out for her. Another thing to note in here was since the gameplay is very slow, which I actually did enjoy when you're doing tasks and when you're doing stuff. I think you have a little bit more time throughout the day, and I think that's really useful. That really makes the game a little bit more fun because you can do your task and you can do fun things. But at the end, at the same time, I think waiting for the school, it was too much because I had to wait for her from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and that was a long time. So even though I fast forwarded, and even it's like in the game, it's very fast forwarded, you can see it takes a while. Like it made at least like, I would say like 6 to 7 minutes that I had to just wait there and do nothing. And it gets a little boring when you're in the gameplay and you're not able to do anything. But yeah, and then she went out finally, so she just like completed her first day. Yay, I'm so proud of her. And then from here, so when you go back to home, you just like get very basic easy tasks. For her, I got read major textbook. Also, I had plan marketing campaign. It took me like 1 or 2 hours in like the game hour to complete those tasks. I thought that was very nice because you're not like spending your whole time just trying to get through the homework and those kind of stuff. So it actually gives you enough time to like complete your task and do other stuff that you want to do. Like there was a day that I just like went to park, eat some cotton candy, had a little fun, and then come back to home, completed my homework. I was able to do some cleaning, I was able to do some cooking, and I thought that was like nice to have like a little bit more chill time when you're also studying. I think it's like Sims got like, especially Sims 4 got into a place that I'm like, now when I'm in the university, I just feel like I'm always like constantly completing tasks and there's not too many time, and she's like barely sleeping. I think it's just like, even though Sims is not very realistic game, it became too real. So I kind of like this fact. It is realistic, but it's not realistic that I'm actually like dying in this mountain. And then also, once you complete your tasks, you can actually see that you are getting a little bit more better at your academic level and you got your attendance in. I want to talk about relationship building. I thought it was like easy to do for me. It's mostly because of my trade being collaborator. Did not enjoy the menu because I thought it was a little bit hard to understand. There was a lot of options, which got to a point that is like, okay, this is too much options. But if you do say more, and it gives you a whole bunch of menu, it's just like, okay, what are the things that you're going to get from it? Is it like a romantic? Is it humoristic? Going to be an action? Is it going to be like your thoughts? So it does give you a little bit of more insight about what is the genre that you're going to be talking about. So I think definitely like I'll be using the genre stuff. I'm not going to even be like, maybe if I get time. And then I thought it was kind of cute that you can actually level up in your relationship, and like once you get a friendship, you just like get little flowers or like little stuff, and they get really excited about it. After some like building friendship, I actually got my first gift from my friend. I thought that was kind of cute. Like we used to have so much like gift giving in Sims, and I feel like it's been a while that it hasn't been a thing. And this is where she enjoys her little gift, and then she gets a little message from her friend saying like, oh, I sent you this. The only thing that I did not enjoy for sure, it was I tried to give her a little text back, but it didn't let me, like the game didn't let me, but I think we're gonna get there. We just need to hang out in there. I think it would be really nice if we can actually reply back to the messages as like the way we want to, or at least give us a little bit of like, there's some messages that you can reply positively or negatively, but I don't know, for some reason you cannot reply back a gift message. But over time, I'm hopeful that we can actually see that too. And then another thing about relationship, I just had like this random little dude show up in my doorstep, and said, I'm looking for a friend. So I was a little worried at first, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, is he going to murder me? And then I saw it was a child, so I just let him in. They actually ended up becoming friends, but I thought it was a little weird, like how he introduced himself. You don't have to have like an extra notification for it. I think that people can just like beat each other. I think that's not a big deal. I think also another thing to note is that traits really matter. So since my trait is a collaborator, I actually ended up having a good communication skills. I'm very fast at like developing my communication skills. It was easier for me to build relationships, and she's really good at like talking with people, and she gets like a lot of positive feedback the people that she talks to. So if you are like interested in traits, I think I'm gonna play with more traits and see how does every trait look like, and I want to learn more like what traits get you. But I would say like what character you're building, it's very important to choose the right trait so you can get that point a little bit faster. And then I want to mention about cool features. So you can actually schedule your program. So if you have something in mind, for me, I just wanted to add something in my schedule, and you don't have to do, it doesn't have to be an event. If you want to just like check out the place or anything, you can just toss it in your schedule. And so for me, it's like Muscle Beach, and I put it in there, and when the time comes, it gives you a little notification, a little beep, and then you can actually click on it and just go to the location. And then the second thing I like was like urges. So you get little urges that if you do complete them, you get a little bit points about them, and then also it actually affects your emotions. I enjoy like having a little task along the way, and I like them to like just enjoying themselves as well while I'm playing. They're my little characters, I love them. So you get a little point. And then the coolest feature is actually, if you go to your card, there's the Meow store. It has a banger song. The one thing that I want to note in here, I love the song, I love the whole concept, but I was not impressed with the gifts. I thought they were very expensive, and I thought they were not that interesting. Like, I don't know, because like they're just like, oh, like fulfill your hunger, fulfill your something, and I'm like, but I wish it was like a little bit more permanent. I actually love like skill building. If it gives you a little bit boost on the skills, I love those kind of stuff. Or if it gives you a little bit boost on your career or anything like that, I enjoy those ones. And then there is a little market you can go from your phone. I thought that was kind of cute. You can actually order food in, and there's a lot of options that you can get, and you can actually order servings from here, which is a little bit weird because you cannot cook servings yet. And then I like the fact there is like a bunch of coffees that are like drinks that you can pick, and like I thought the options were a lot, and I did order some and like enjoyed it. And then you can also order some services, like you can get like cleaning services, or you can get repairs, or like there's Soul Guide, which I haven't tried it, but I want to try it. Some of the things that I did not enjoy in this game was definitely the cooking time. I think it was not worth it because you cook for a long time. Like it takes you around like an hour to cook, and then on top of that, most of the things that I ate was like it was not giving me complete hunger. So I thought that was a little bit, okay, like it's not worth it to cook just for one serving. I'm hoping they're gonna come up with like you can actually cook more servings, and then you can actually store them as like leftovers, and you can eat it throughout the week. I think that would be cool because I use that feature a lot in Sims. The good part is there's like quick meals that you can do, and they are a little bit more fulfilling. So I think I use them a little bit more. I think those were like easier to do. So there's like little finicky things, and then also like I feel like the hunger is always dropping down so much. Like throughout the day, I need to eat at least like 5 or 6 times, if it's not more. I feel like she's constantly hungry. I thought that was like, okay, that's something I think you guys can change. I want to like still enjoy the game, and I think it's very important to have a little like time. I don't want it to be just like I'm doing just chores in this game. And other than that, the needs were like pretty nice, pretty easy to do. Like most of the needs are not that hard to fulfill. They don't go bad that easily. There was like still so many finicky things in this game, so you're just like sitting down, but you're not sitting down. It looks weird. And then also like when you're walking in a weird direction that you're not supposed to go. There's like things that you shouldn't put there. It happens. And then it did crashed on me a couple times, which was not the best game experience. I had to lose my saves. The good part is it does do autosave, but it did happen like when the autosave was not working, so it was not the best experience. One thing to mention is that the cleaning part, I did enjoy doing the cleaning. I thought it was like kind of like a nice little chore you can do. It doesn't take too long, so I did enjoy it. But the problem with the cleaning part is just like how much you try to clean it. Like this girl was like cleaning when she get up before she goes to sleep throughout the day, and like she's good at cleaning. She likes cleaning, so there's no problem. But like if you check her like cleanliness level, it never went up. Like the most I got was like the helpful, and I'm like, what else do you need? So I thought that was a little bit too much. Like we cannot just be cleaning the house throughout the whole day. That doesn't make sense. Then I'm like, it's not a fun game, right? So I think that's something definitely they should look into it. It shouldn't be this hard. Honest feedback to this game, I actually did enjoy it. It was a really fun, like a cozy game. It is like a slow paced game, so you can just like if you have like a little hard day and you just want to relax, I think it really gives that vibe, and I did enjoy it in that sense. But the other stuff that is like there is so many things that they have to fix in this game. It is I've heard like some people are saying that it's just like, yes, it's an early release, but it's not there yet. Yes, I can understand some of the I'm actually happy that we got into the early release very early on the game, so we can actually put in our feedback. So whenever they're fixing kind of like listening to us. I thought that was pretty nice. But at the same point, I thought that was like there's a lot of things to fix. I think definitely they should get into it. I'm gonna keep on playing. I'm gonna keep on like trying out new stuff, and then try to share with you and get your opinion, how you're feeling about the game, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thank you.